Hello and welcome back. We have another Resident Evil 2 remake run happening. We had a Claire race earlier. Now it's Leon's turn to shine, and it's CBItemBox that's gonna take us through this. Hello, CB. Do you want to introduce yourself and your commentator?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that introduction. I really appreciate you and this opportunity to be here. I'm CBItemBox. I'm a Resident Evil streamer and speedrunner. And with me today is my friend, Mondo Mantra, who... go ahead, Mondo, if you want to introduce yourself.
Howdy, Mondo Mantra. I used to have a world record in Leon A standard, and Leon B standard, and Claire B standard. So I know the game at least a little bit.
Yeah, so Mondo's done a lot. And if you guys are curious why there's a second camera, typically I have a cat. His name is Fletcher, and he's usually on the desk with me, sabotaging runs. We'll hopefully get him up here sometime, but in the sake of time, in the interest of the run, I'm going to go ahead and start. So we're doing Leon A standard, and just to give you guys an idea, today we are going to wear my favorite costume, the Noir costume, because it's classy. Alright.
So you just give me a countdown when you start the run so I can start a timer for you.
Absolutely. Just got to change the image quality to 100%. We keep that at 100 and we lower it during boss fights to get more consistent FPS, but I'm going to go ahead and start in 3, 2, 1. Alright. So, hoping this is going to go well. I've been doing a lot of practice in this. I've been running Leon B standard a lot recently. And actually, here's Fletcher. I've been running a lot of Leon B standard, so a lot of the mechanics and whatnot are the same. A lot of the route, a little bit different. RPD1 is going to be a lot longer in Leon A than Leon B. So puzzles are a little bit different. Puzzles are going to be hard to kind of adjust to. I've been having pretty good time adjusting though, which is lucky. So we're gonna grab this key. We're gonna come over here. Gonna hope he gives us a nice pass. Would have been a good middle pass. So we use a mouse movement there. Usually I'll do keys in most inventory moves where something is close, but in that specific instance, there's a weird frame where it won't actually register the input over. So we use the mouse to use the key there. So we're going to meet up with Claire. The route's not going to go as smooth as they thought, so we're going to be in the streets here. Alright, it does appear I might be getting a little bit of a performance drop from streaming through OBS and Discord, but that's okay. So this is one of our first mechanics here. This is called stair skating. Stair skating essentially gives us a little bit of a forward momentum boost when we're going up and down stairs by aiming. And one other thing that is going to be a little bit fun is I have been playing a lot of Resident Evil 4 Remake. So the change over to this game is going to be a little difficult. So I'm really hoping I don't try to parry anything as it, if someone grabs me, but gonna go into the RPD and we're gonna head over this way.
Also, I just wanted to bring up, this is not really related to the run, it's just in general, like if you're having performance issues, you can always just stop the stream and I'll watch it.
Okay.
On Twitch.
We'll
I just
see
wanted
how...
to let you know.
Okay, I appreciate that. I'll see how it kind of keeps going, just in case.
Like, anyone who's ran this game knows that, it's not the most optimized game ever. So, like, usually a lot of places with enemies spawning, like, especially rooms in RPD, like, here is not very well optimized. The main hall we're coming up on, again, is not very well optimized. So, if you're playing this game and you drop a lot of frames there, don't worry. That might not mean your computer is that bad. It's just... That's just how the game is. So I'm only asking because, like, if you drop frames on a boss fight because of streaming, it's really bad. So
yeah, you don't want to drop frames on boss fight, especially because of the knife. And just a real quick explanation. Back there, once so when we went to open the shutter and something attacked. There was a zombie that was beating on the door. In that spot specifically, usually you have to wait a couple seconds for them to come through the door. But what's good is in that specific instance, if we pause and wait about 3 or 4 seconds, it'll actually go through the door faster, thus saving us a little bit of time. I'm going to try to not hit this body here. Good.
CB, be honest with me. Do you miss the stair skates and the shift boost in RE4 Remake?
Stair skates a little bit. Not gonna lie, they were almost therapeutic. The stair skates. There's a nice rhythm to it.
Yeah. Also, do you mind if I explain what those are? Because I guess we didn't go over those. Because there's maybe some people who've never are familiar with RE2R. So what he's doing right now, good timing, is doing stair skates. What they're called. I think the term comes from RE1 Remake, I think. And in that game, it was like spamming forward to go up the stairs faster. In this game, it's tapping aim to do an animation cancel, which saves time because the stair animation both ways is slow. It's actually faster to stair skate downstairs, like in terms of like it saves more time to do it downstairs. If you're gonna be picky, I guess, and just only want to do one of them. I think for Claire, I think it saves about a third of a second each time you do a stair skate. So with Leon, I think it's about 0.2 or something. So let's just say you stair skate 300 times in the run. That's going to save a lot of time. So.
Ryan Featherbird. Not bad, not bad.
Nope.
So that's
that
our
puzzle
first
is
medallion.
completely random.
And those puzzles, in case we haven't gotten an explanation with the other RE2R runs today, those are randomized. So we have to look at them and try to remember, okay, how many moves to get to the specific shape that I need do I need to move? So those can really impact runs. And what we did there is make sure we don't get impacted by the helicopter hitting. I'm going to just take a quick second here. Just warm up my hands because I get cold hands pretty quick. So, and we're going to go here. Going to do a quick inventory move. Now we're going to hope there's not a zombie here. I like to call him Clancy. A lot of people call him Callahan. But sometimes he's on the other side of this door, sometimes he's not. So we'll see which one we're getting today. And I pause buffer there a little bit just to get a good idea as to where he is. And he was there. I just moved my screen there, my second camera, guys, a little bit so you can see Fletcher. Now, one big change here is I got to remember this fuse here. That isn't there in the B scenario, and that's something I had a lot of trouble kind of coming back over to. So we're going to go diagonal to the bottom right. I'm going to get that, and I'm going to take this moment to actually adjust and move that. Sorry about that. Want to make sure you guys get prime cattage. So we're going to come back through this hallway again, but this time we are not alone. We are going to have some guests, but the first zombie we see is actually pretty free. You just want to hug this here. And then the second zombie, we got good RNG. I like, personally, when he shows up here. Sometimes he'll be on the other side of here, and you'll turn the corner and get an awful surprise. Oh, and so here comes Fletcher for the sabotage of sitting on my desk. I'm going to go ahead and pick up some extra stuff, too. I try to, since it's a marathon run, normally I don't pick up as many side packs or extra items, but I am going to do that in the interest of making sure this run goes as smoothly as I can make it. That way, because there are a lot of points in the run where if something grabs you, you either die or you dump a self-defense weapon, whether it be a knife or a grenade, flash grenade, etc. And the knives are our most valuable resource in this game. A knife can make or break a run. So, rather than have to accidentally dump, we're going to go around him, by the way. This is Randy. We call him Randy's. Oh, I would have got around that, but that's okay. We're going to call that a DA manipulation. I just don't have to take damage later. So this is fish, scorpion. Oh, it was actually one down. It's alright. Alright, so we're going to come back through here. Going to grab that knife. We're going to do what's called early push here. So we push this once now. So that way when we come back here in RPD2, we have a much better chance of actually being able to push all three. 2 pushes at the end is better than 3, so you don't have to risk the potential of getting grabbed as frequently. So we're going to go ahead and drop that there. We're going to pick up the side pack. We're going to go back through here. We're going to open that. Tricks the game into not blocking that door off. I'm going to hope I don't get stunned. Good. People's Lady Arrow Snake is how I remember this.
Also, CB, do you mind if I explain the odds of the medallions?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Do you mind if I explain how many different combinations there are for each
absolutely,
medallion?
yeah.
So, there's 6 symbols on each dial of each medallion. There's actually, I came up with a sheet for this. That's how big of a nerd I am for this game, or what I was. But there's 6 symbols on each dial, and the starting positions are chosen out of 5 of the 6 symbols, and the symbol that is left out is the solution symbol. So you can't just walk up to the medallion, press a button, and then it's solved. Like, that's just not going to work. But so that means there's about 125 different combinations per medallion, because it's 5 to the power of 3, because that's just, I guess, how counting works. But yeah, so if you put that to the third, I think that's the odds of, or that's how many different combinations you can get throughout time, I guess, in a whole run. It's pretty crazy.
And I'm going to do, normally I don't need to drop here, image quality. So the drop in the image quality here is a trick that we do to keep a higher or more consistent 120 FPS. I'm going to do it here in the interest of just the taxing on the system with the double streaming. So that way we get a better fight here. So this is going to be only knife. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18's okay. We'll take 18. We're going to bump this back up. Just for the sake of everybody's vision. Because it does make stuff look a little choppier, but gives us better frames. So, we like the trade-off.
It's my opinion that as long as you don't get grabbed at G1 in a marathon, I think it's a good G1. Because getting grabbed at G1 is a disaster.
Yep.
So I think whatever count you get, you're not going for record this run, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, absolutely. And here I am going to take a quick coffee second.
That's the boss fight that you see, like someone that's new to this game, they come in and they see G1 and they're like, it's that easy this whole time?
It's not. So, normally we don't pick up that side pack there, but like I mentioned earlier, in the interest of getting a clean and not scuffed run, I'm going to just pick up a few extra things to ensure that things go a little bit smoother. So, here's Leon getting no respect as usual. People not listening to him, walking away from him, etc. So, by the way, Ada is one of the disappearing characters of the franchise, along with Nikolai from RE3 Remake, and Lady D. All 3 characters disappear when you go through the other side of a door. I like to joke that they all graduated from the Houdini School of Disappearing. Because you go to open the door and they're gone. So this part's a little bit of a slow time. I don't know, and forgive me, this is my first time in a marathon, but when I watch marathons in slow portions like this, people typically say something like, you know, if there's any time for, or if we have any donations now, it'd be a great time to read them. Now would be a great time to read them. I don't know if we do that.
Oh, I can say that we are raising money for Player versus Hunger, and that they believe that everyone deserves good nutrition, a full stomach, and relief of not having to worry about where their next meal is coming from. So if you'd like to donate to that, please check the donation link in the chat.
Absolutely. Well said. Couldn't agree more. So what we're going to do now is we have to get two little circuits. Two little circuit boards to go into what we call the electronic puzzle so we can be able to open the parking garage. So that's the first one. And we're coming up on one of our puzzles. This is going to be super fast. Blink and you miss it. I'm going to turn around quick. This dog's going to jump at us, but he's typically harmless. I'm going to go this way. Alright, and now those stairs there, the game is weirdly designed in that space where those are actually a ramp rather than actual stairs. Same thing with these stairs here. So when you see me go up a set of stairs and maybe I don't stair skate at that point, that'll be why. Ooh, this is actually a little scuffed. Okay, good. So now would be a very bad time to get hit. So we're coming up on green hallway. Zombies tend to react a little bit differently to Leon when he's in caution. And ideally you don't go into this hallway in caution. So this is going to be very much a hold on to your butts kind of moment. Because this could go either way. But we're going to go in here, we're going to get this fuse. Now, we call this green hallway. And what we do is we hug the side here. Go a little close to the wall. I'm going to shoot, and hopefully if I hug here... Okay, and that worked. Now, normally what we'll do here is we'll kind of... We'll dump the knife into him. But I want to hang on to it, and I'm going to actually pick up a stack of ammo. That normally don't pick up, but I'm going to get that just in the interest of things and health and inventory space. Same idea with that. Now we're back and good to go. So that hit earlier by the liquor is honestly not bad, because that means we can kind of do these things. There's something called DA, difficulty adjustment, in this game. If anybody hasn't heard it, essentially it's a way of the game deciding, depending on how good or bad you are performing, the game will change things. Mondo, do you think you could give a little bit of an explanation as to how that kind of works?
So in this game, they came up with a system which is essentially you gain points by playing well, and you lose points by playing poorly. And the game just determines playing poorly as getting hit, using an item, and I think those are kind of the ways that you lose DA. And the ways you gain DA are picking up items, dealing damage, and I can't happen to think of anything else at the moment, but that's the gist of it, essentially. It mostly just relates to damage and pickups. Like an item like the flash, for example, throwing the flash lowers your score by about 40 points. And for those that don't know, what the relevance of DA is about every 1,000 points. So, this run is actually so tight that at high level that you actually need to be a couple tens of points off of a DA rank is what it's called, the 1,000 mark difference. And the flash is for example, is you pick it up and it's plus 40, and you throw it and it's minus 40. So it's actually DA neutral, which is very nice. Exactly. An item like the knife, for example, I think is plus 50, and how much damage it deals is based on damage. I can't give you the numbers for that, unfortunately, but it's it's usually how much DA you get from using the knife is pretty consistent. Like on G1, you always deal his amount of HP, so the DA will always go up the same amount. Boss fight like G2, you have to hit an HP threshold and then hit him with the crane. So your DA might be a bit different each run, but everything else is pretty much the same. But hopefully that explains it.
Exactly. Great explanation. Thank you for that, Mondo.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of explanations, just another quick thing. You guys might have seen me go into that room there, kind of look up as I went in. Also, we're gonna shoot there, by the way. That manipulates this room, so hopefully we get an easy. Please don't turn around and grab me. Thank you. So when I looked up and aimed at the ceiling and then shot the licker once, that's a manipulation. We look up and it makes him actually go to the ceiling. So that way we can know what he's going to do. We then shoot him once, and it distracts him a little bit, enough to get into the hallway, into the room, and then he's kind of not a problem. And there's early push earlier at work. We got a nice, clean library, which anyone familiar with this game would tell you. Library is not very kind. So we're going to hug the right here. Hopefully this guy doesn't turbo and kind of grab me, which he did not. So we're going to go ahead and use this. I'm going to make my little noise to call Fletcher. Hopefully he shows up. And also, that, I'm going to just do a little bit of adjustment in my inventory there just to make things a little bit cleaner.
Also, we had a $20 donation from FTLG saying GGEs.
Awesome donation.
Thank you so much, FTLG, for that donation. Takes us up to 440.69.
We're gonna use this second one down here. Alright, I'm gonna over here. So here's the second one. Alright, we're gonna pause coming out of here because... Oh, that's not good. Okay, so I'm gonna have to... Not good. So I'm just gonna have to eat this bite, unfortunately. So, he, unfortunately, coming out of that room, he can be in a few different positions. He wasn't in a great one. Normally I can make that kind of shot, but my, aiming isn't, at its peak at the moment, because switching between games is a tough thing for me. Been playing a lot of RE4 recently. So we're gonna go in here, we're gonna hug this side, and then turn left. That's gonna make him not get us. I'm gonna pick up the stack of ammo here. I'm gonna go ahead and pick this flash up. And then we're going to go this way. So that flash is actually going to be one of my safety items. Yeah, it's all DA minute, exactly. All DA minute. Which means we might get a really clean G3. So we're going to make our way out of the RPD in our exit tour. And hit green hallway one more time. So we're going to come through here. We're going to pause again. Sometimes I like to call him Darth Maul because he's half the man he used to be. Is there, and then you pause. Sometimes they're in the way at the end. Very mediocre green hallway here. Sometimes you get lucky and you don't have to shoot anybody. Alright, and now, dogs. Anyone who speedruns Resident Evil knows that dogs are free. Until they're not. We'll see what we get today. Don't hurt me, I have a family. Don't, please. Okay, cool. 60% of the time, that works every time.
That area used to be, I think, like a major reset point. I'm not sure if... I think there might be a movement there in the... parking garage that makes it made it semi-consistent. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, that part can be really bad, especially if you get hit in the doorway, because there's a very subtle like thing that happens for some reason. This is like an animation bug that like you get hit in the door frame and it does like a half stagger. Where, like, you get staggered only, like, a tiny bit. And unfortunately, like those when the dogs jump at you and they hit you from behind. I think it's a 2-hit animation. So when you get that cancel in the door frame, you only get one. And why that's bad is because the DA is so tight in this run, you don't really want to get hit more than, I think, like once.
Yeah, I think Frit usually gets hit at sorry, gets hit at Ada. I mistimed that coffee drink because I went to respond. My apologies. All right, so we're making our way out of the RPD. Everybody say bye, RPD. Usually I say I'll see you in about 30 minutes, but that isn't the case today. Sorry, Mondo, what were you going to say?
I was going to say this is also the best time to catch up on sleep and also to get donations read, too, because this is about 4 minutes of nothing.
Yep.
So get your donations in so we can read them.
I know, we need something to read, guys. We're hungry for those donations to read. Hungry for the alphabet. Alright. So we're going to go ahead and see Kendo in here. Kendo, unfortunately, is dealing with his own situation with his daughter, so we're going to leave him be. And we're going to have the most interestingly delivered line in this entire game.
That explains the horrible things I've seen.
He says it so cheerily. That explains the horrible things I've seen.
Based on what you've said, the sewer seems fitting.
Alright.
Gee, thanks.
So,
Can't imagine a real scientist being down here.
yeah, a lot of walking at this part, a lot of just straight lines, pretty straightforward,
Come on.
pun intended.
The sewers are run by the city. How could they have a facility?
Essentially just gonna walk our way to the crocodile. Gonna take care of that, and we're gonna go to the Ada section and do some more puzzles and stuff there. The Ada section is pretty straightforward as well. Just a lot of clicking. I'm not the biggest fan of it, just because it's a lot of clicking. I am not running the superior CAS 120. Well, see, the reason I'm not running the superior CAS 120 is because I ran the inferior Claire B for quite some time. And that made me not want to play the character for a while. So we're going to go left, right, left here. Pretty straightforward. Left, right, left. Excellent.
This is a bit of an Easter egg, but when you do this solution here to avoid the croc is left, right, left, and on keyboard that spells ADA, Ada. So I always like to bring that up. It's a little Easter egg.
Yeah, sorry, my game audio is a little bit louder than you, Mondo, so I heard Easter egg, but I missed some of the other stuff.
I was talking about Ada, how it's left, right, left is ADA.
Oh,
Ada.
oh, that's actually funny. I never realized that.
Yeah.
Leon, up here.
There's probably people that have heard me say that about 30 different times, so I've said it too many times.
Every once in a while I try to get sometimes you can get buyer that time. It doesn't make any difference, no time save, but it's just fun to see if you can get buyer earlier.
Actually, you're wrong, CB. The run's actually dead now because you didn't manipulate RNG later in the run. So.
Oh, sorry, hold on. Restart.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. We're going to have to go over estimate by
From the
2
top,
hours.
it'll be smoother this time.
So let me get this straight.
So we're gonna get the virus Ada splained to us now.
Our military? Somebody else's?
They don't sell the monsters.
It's essentially the Ada version of mansplaining.
Scary as that alligator was. The net is far more dangerous.
So we're gonna sneak out here. Hit the door. Leon's gonna take a bullet and be incapacitated, and it's gonna be Ada. Does anybody have the time, by the way? Oh, thanks, Ada. Ada got it. Don't worry, guys. So, essentially, it's just click until you can't click anymore for this part. So we're gonna go up here. Gonna do that. It's funny, usually I have music playing when I do these runs. I didn't realize how quiet this part is. So we're gonna get here. We're gonna trigger that one. You can kind of let it go like halfway, not even. Or a little more than halfway, rather. Don't let it go on halfway. So, in the interest of just DA, I think I'm gonna take a bite here. Sometimes people will take a bite in Ada, which it kind of doesn't take a lot of time, because a back bite is only about 4 seconds anyway. But then we have good old-fashioned caution running. Except that didn't drop me to caution.
Whoops.
Well,
CB, do you know why that didn't work?
was it because it was a back bite, not a front bite?
Nope, it's because this is Leon A and not Leon B.
You're absolutely right. There's that Leon B coming in to bite me in the butt again, guys. See what I mean? It's hard to, sometimes it's hard to go over a category.
And
That's funny.
The reason why, for those that don't know why Leon A and Leon B is different, and for those that also don't know, Leon A and B means whether or not it's second run or not. So I just wanted to clarify that as well, because it's just terminology that might be a bit confusing. But when I was talking about DA ranks earlier, Leon B is actually a 1 DA rank higher, which means that you take more damage. I forgot to mention that DA ranks also increase damage amp on yourself, like the damage you take is higher, and there's damage reduction on the damage you can deal.
Right.
So,
and that's why we take DA manipulations, so that why, you know, sometimes we go into certain bosses, we need the DA to be at a certain number, or below a certain number for it to even be feasibly possible.
Mm-hmm.
Bravo.
Which is also what I'm doing here.
Yeah. Free DA manip.
You'll never get the filthy man's
Shooting some bullets. That drops our DA a little bit more, because we don't need them anymore.
energy. Realize
And hopefully this part goes smooth.
die alone.
That was close.
You got the frame perfect explosion.
Alright, that was a little scuffed. I get nervous at this part. Usually, I can get the last one triggered, or start by the 47 mark. But it gets a little tough, because you gotta kind of switch between them, so that way by the time you're done exploding one, it's switched to the other one. Alright, now we're gonna be back to Leon.
We actually got another $5 donation from Dad again. Hi Tom, CB, Mondo, and chat. Dad here again. What does a zombie get when he's late for dinner? The cold shoulder.
You know, this is usually when I'd hit the hit a drum rolls or a ba-dum sound effect. Love it. I love dad jokes. Anybody who knows me knows I love dad jokes. The worse the pun, the better. Alright, so normally at this point, ammo is pretty perfect. So usually you have about 3 bullets at this point, which is for 3 specific things. Usually it's, you know, one's the croc, one is this guy here, and then one is a G adult that is sitting in the water that we're gonna run into in a bit. So we're gonna grab that knife, we're gonna run this way. Alright, and I also want to thank everybody for the opportunity to be in this marathon. For my first marathon, I'm very happy to be here. I'm going to shoot him, pop him out of the water here, and go up this way. Alright, so our DA is looking pretty good, so hopefully Sewer is pretty kind to us. Sewer, is very different in the A scenario versus the B scenario. B scenario, it is torture. A scenario, it's like a brisk stroll. It's really weird. Enemy placement, extra enemies. There's just a lot that can go wrong in B. So I'm going to go back here. What I'm going to do is there's a stack of ammo here. I'm going to grab it. So we're going to wait for this. So we're going to go grab the T-bar. It's going to give us access to most of the puzzles that we need to do in, well, not really puzzles, but obstacles or doors we need to get by. So I'm going to put that in the first spot because we need to use it a few times. And it's easier and cleaner and just faster if I have it in the first slot. I know some people put it in different slots, but so we're gonna stair escape behind this guy, and if we did this right, he's not gonna grab us. Excellent. So I'm doing pretty good on ammo right now, so I'm gonna show you guys another safe strat. This part gets pretty tough, but as long as he doesn't have adamantium kneecaps like Wolverine, which he almost did. He pretty much did. So him being, well, missing a leg and falling into the water essentially nullifies him. He's not going to be in our way on the way back, which just makes that a little cleaner. So anybody who has trouble with that spot, it's a nice little helpful strat that doesn't save or lose any time because you're waiting for the gate to open anyway. And it just makes it cleaner to come back. So, again, I'm going to hit my last side pack, which, again, I'm being a little excessive on the side packs, but I just want to be safe. I put that in the wrong spot, but that's okay. I'm not going to pick up this, and that's not good. Okay, that's fine. I was supposed to actually pick that ammo up, but we'll figure it out.
Oh, yeah, you don't have enough. Actually, this is fine. I know what you can do. It's not that hard.
I could
You're gonna
just do
have to
safe
go up the
strat for
ledge.
G-Adult on the way back.
Yeah, just go up the ledge on the side.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Because there's no zombie there in A, right? Just B?
Nope. Zombie on, no zombie on A.
Okay. Yeah, so
No
normally,
problem.
guys, and that's just, again, with the A and B getting clashed. I sometimes remember or forget what my pickups are, but this is okay. I just will adjust, because I need at least 2 bullets coming up, and then I'll just grab an extra stack of ammo in labs, if needed. And, there's a stack of ammo after G2 that I can grab. Oh, yep, the zombie's not laying there. The one that's there in B. So there's one on the side. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to come around here. Pop him up from the water. I'm really going to hope that this G-Adult behaves here, because I have to... He didn't. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's okay.
Got a flash.
It's alright. Use a flash.
Yep. You still get hit, though. He slams his arm around in his flash.
Oh, this is not
Yep.
good.
Oh, this is a bit
Alright.
hectic.
That's okay. That's okay.
Better than poison. That's better than
Yeah,
poison.
better than
man,
poison.
I'm gonna be honest.
So, you shoot him in the head when he peeks out, and he's supposed to jump into the water. Timing's a little rough on it. That's okay, though.
It could have went way worse. You could
Yeah.
have lost a knife or got poison. For those that don't know, poison is like the only status effect in this game, and it doesn't seem that bad. Like, oh, you know, it's just like, I don't think you can. I think, you know, if poison does tick damage, CB, like it does damage over time.
I don't think it... I think it does until danger.
Okay. Yeah, so it does that, which is not the biggest deal, but for speedruns, it actually causes you to cough here and there and put you into walk speed, which is very slow. So we really don't want poison, but these are the only guys in the run that can give you poison, luckily. So
Exactly. So, Paul, we're gonna take our lumps there, and we're just gonna move on, and hopefully the rest of this goes smooth. Hopefully, we get Red C RNG here, where there's nobody in our way, but that's okay. Somebody is in the way. We're gonna bait that grab. That one went smooth, and there was a tech here I was gonna show off if I had more ammo, but I don't, and that's okay. So I'm just gonna go up here. We're gonna trigger him so he starts heading towards us. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for him to go to grab, and I'm gonna hop down, and I'm gonna go by him. So I just did that a little slower, just so we didn't get grabbed, because I unfortunately am out of tricks in my magician's sleeve for extra things. So what you get is what you get here, unfortunately, in the sense of getting grabbed and stuff. Nobody in the top of the stairs. That works out. Okay, alright, so we should be pretty much good till G2 here. Just a quick puzzle coming up.
I just wanted to bring up that, CB, if you don't think your performance is going to be good enough, maybe you could stop the stream for a bit, just in case. Because this is really, like, the only spot, like, I would, in a marathon setting, I would know how to do the backup, but I don't know if you know the backup, CB, in case you die on the crane. So, I don't know if you'd want to make a save or not, just in case.
That's a good question.
I know the backup. I don't know if it's like all you have to do is just if you ever die here, guys, and want a safe backup, you just wait to press the button because you want it to be pretty much the same as a real run.
All right, yeah, I am gonna real quick. That's a good idea. I'm gonna stop my stream on Discord just real quick, and then that way I can give it back to Mondo. But this way I just need a little bit more PC juice, so to speak.
When you do that, I can say we have another donation from RJ with $54 saying, "Let's go. Will we see the super secret CBItemBox trick that cuts 2 years off the run? Also halfway there. Let's go."
RJ, thank you so much, dude. How you doing? Thank you for being here. We're gonna drop. Actually, I'm gonna drop that a little bit more. I'm gonna drop that to 60. All right. This fight, it's a little nerve-wracking, but ooh, see, that's bad. So sometimes the turns don't really work when they're supposed to. That might cause him to do a different attack than I'd like. Yep. Okay, so we're gonna get the triple slash, but that's okay. Gonna do one shot. So we're gonna go for the slower fight in here. And we're gonna break a knife. Oh, almost had the, that's not good. Alright, please be kind, please be gentle, do what you need to do. Thank you so much. Alright, and while we're waiting for that crane, I'm just going to bring my image quality back to 100%, and bye-bye Birkin. Come to think of it, I probably shouldn't have broken that knife, but that's okay. If I didn't break that knife, I could have had an extra self-defense weapon for labs. I don't think I have an extra one now, but that's fine. We'll figure it out. Just curious and worried about the IVs, but luckily I do know a G3 backup strat. Ideally, I'd like to not have to use it. So we'll just simply not get grabbed. Which anybody who knows labs in this game is a little bit easier said than done.
This is just how my opinion on RE2 in a marathon setting. If you don't die at G2, I would say it's probably a decent run because there's just a chance you're just gonna die. Like, if I'm being honest with you, I think this run has been pretty clean so far. I mean,
I think so too. Thank you, Mondo. I appreciate that. And here's a little trick, by the way. Ada usually will walk in here before you, but when the cutscene triggers, kind of drag your mouse along this side and then kind of hit. Of course, it didn't work when I tried to show it off, but you hit essentially diagonal and you'll go past her and get in the car before her. but she knew that I was trying to explain it and didn't want to let me do it. And that's okay.
Do not exit until the final destination.
Alright. We're on the last part of the run. We're in labs. So, what we have to do here is essentially upgrade this wristband the further we go through labs.
For your safety, stand clear until the doors are
Also, I don't want to be that guy, but do you mind turning the Discord stream back on?
I literally was pausing to do that. That's really funny. I literally was pausing just so you could... Okay. Alright, there you go. So, that's just so Mondo can give better, more on-time commentary. Thank you guys for your patience. Just had to do that real quick.
There we go. Nice. This spot right here. So you see that like CB went to the right here at the door. He waits. You have to wait for the door with whatever character you play as. There's actually a very minor difference between the Leon and Claire route differences, because the routes are actually pretty similar just because the knife is good for both of them, and they usually have to go to the same spots and whatnot. But here, Claire actually has to go to the left to drop Sherry off, and then she can go to the right, whereas like Leon has to go to the right because he doesn't have a little girl to drop off. So
Alright, this should be free.
yeah.
Of course not, though. That's alright. So that's like 9 out of 10 times free. But I've been on a pretty good streak there of just getting by him and that just working. But sometimes he just decides that he wants to grab you. But
Especially when it's a marathon.
Sorry, I was gonna say that see, I don't know if the stream can see your DA score, but that is a pretty low DA score. That's pretty nice to see.
Yeah, my DA score is 63, which usually you get here it's about 68, I believe, 67.
Yeah.
Which, for reference, you do not want that to be higher than 7 going before you get to G3. If that number is higher than 7, well, rank 7, but 7,000 is the number, that fight will not go the way you need it to go, as far as the speedrun goes. So what I am going to do... Actually, I'm not going to grab that. I'm going to just keep going, because I can grab one later. Alright, so... Alright, and the puzzle coming up, I'm going to try to get my hands to not do the B solution. It's 20673123. We're going to pick this up. Think of it as a dial. 20... Ooh, that's not it.
That's wrong. Yeah. Sorry, CB, it's like... It's hard to explain. It's like...
I went to 2048.
Yeah, yeah, like, it's just like... I just immediately knew it was wrong, just because it's like, that... It's hard to explain. It's just like,
No, you can see the thought process.
Yeah.
Yep, no, I get you. That's not good. Okay, so you hear that noise? That means we woke him up somehow. I have trouble not waking him up. And this is... red, green, blue.
manual mode engaged. Adjust amount of solution to match cartridge capacity.
One of the hardest puzzle solutions, right up there with mid, high, low in RE3 Remake. Alright. So now, this split is always funny because you think you're going to save time, but it's such a long cinematic that by the time the thing actually comes out, you don't. Alright, so I'm going to be super safe here. Alright, so he's... Okay, alright, sorry. That was life or death as far as the run goes. Alright. Alright, so this is A, so I want to go up the stairs first. I have to actually get rid of a bullet. So we're going to look up here. It makes it so he can't see us or hit us.
You have an extra pouch, CB. So you don't need to use the bullet if you don't want to.
Oh right, I do have the extra side pack. You're right. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I like to put that in that one slot. I'm stuck in my ways. Ooh.
Good RNG.
Wow, where's that run? Where's that RNG in a PB run, dude?
Yeah, when do we ever get that? Never.
Alright, so here we go.
That was a blue moon RNG is what CB got, except it's like a purple moon or something.
So Murph S3D1. Alright, when I turn around, I'm gonna pick this up. And we're gonna hope I don't get them to jump in front of us.
Nice.
Nice. Clean, clean, clean.
Welcome back, Dr. Lee. You have 5 new messages.
Alright.
Who left the freezer?
Safety first, exactly. Alright, so we need 2 flashes for that same hallway. You only need 1 in B scenario because you don't actually need to go up the stairs in B, but in A we do. So I'm going to come out here, I'm going to hope that nobody's in front of me here, and I am going to run when that hits. That hallway's looking good. The lickers are funny in this game, they react more if you're looking at them. That's why we grabbed the herb. Okay, alright, so here's where I get concerned. Nice.
Nice. Yeah. CB, this is just like in the interest of just making sure we don't have to get derailed, but like if you were to get grabbed by the last Ivy, the Ivy before G3,
Yep.
would you be willing to reload the save? Because I'm just telling you, I think no one would mind if you just reloaded the save.
I was thinking that it would definitely be smoother than trying the backup grenade strat for G3, but that is up to the team here. I don't know what you guys think.
It's totally up to you. What you feel. What you feel.
We won't need
It's
it.
4 rounds.
Yeah, you don't need it.
Oof.
It's just to make sure.
Yeah, which I know it might have sounded like we're like overreacting or just getting nervous, but genuinely, everybody, that hallway has made many a grown person cry. That hallway is brutal. That hallway is unforgiving, and we need these knives for G3. And if anybody's unfamiliar with those enemies, they grab you and you have 2 choices. It's essentially check in chess. You either dump a self-defense weapon into them, or you get grabbed. And die, because they are a one-hit insta-kill. So that went smoothly. I was a little worried, because sometimes when you shoot him at that corner, he gets stuck, and you gotta, like, shake the camera near him. I'm gonna also grab that, just because my DA is, like, really low. And this is E1A1S1. Alright, so... Alright, this, should go well. Mondo, I'm gonna go ahead and leave the Discord stream on. I think it will be okay. When I was doing practice when we, before we started the run, it seemed like I was getting practice and while streaming, so,
Yeah. It's just as long as you don't drop frame rate at... also, you do have a nade in case you run out of damage. Just like, throw the nade, dude, and hope it works. Like
exactly. That's what I'm thinking, too. So I'm going to drop image quality down again. Okay. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. Here we go.
Nice. You got him.
Yeah, he's dead. Okay, so that was kind of sloppy, because I'm not going to lie to you guys, I'm super nervous. But that worked out.
Clean run, man. It's been a clean run so far.
Clean run, exactly. Alright. The worst is genuinely behind us. So it should be pretty smooth sailing towards the end of the fight, or the end of the run. I have extra knives in case I get grabbed by the last couple of IVs that I can dump. There's a first aid coming up. I have a grenade, so all we gotta do is really just keep going, and the run's pretty much ours. One nice thing about that cutscene is you don't have to go across that bridge. Alright, so we're gonna go in there, we're gonna pass by the button, and then we're gonna hit the thing, and I'm gonna try to call my cat. Fletcher! See if he shows up.
Also, CB, I just wanted to remind you, maybe you want to equip one of your backup knives now, just in case.
That's a good
You don't
idea.
forget.
Thank you, dude.
Yeah, because once again, I don't know if they can they see your SRT overlay?
I don't
on the
think
stream?
so. No, because I didn't
We
make it
cannot,
in OBS.
or the stream cannot see the SRT overlay.
I see. So as people know in this game, these knives have durability, and in our speedrun tools, they show us how much durability there is, and it's from 0. Well, actually, it's more like 1 to 1,000, because 0 means that it's broken and it disappears. But you can do Tyrant. Actually, CB's at rank 7, which it's just pretty. You're usually almost always at rank 8.
Ooh.
Like, this is why we equipped the backup. I think you have another low one, maybe. Yeah, it goes to the next
Yeah, I think he's
lowest.
sleeping. Yep. Okay. Well, that was kind of close.
Yeah. So that's why we got the backup, because the manip didn't work.
They're
so.
very unpredictable.
It's also rank 7 too, so that might have been a reason why.
Yeah,
As well.
that's, yep. Alright, he's gonna do that. And, it's gonna cruise by him.
But yeah, you need that. Doing a knife backup in a marathon is really important, because like what this has to do with knife durability is you kind of can't really do Tyrant with less than 250. And CB's largest knife on this run is 485. Well, also he has a 1000 knife too, so that works as well.
Also gonna drop the image quality here, just for same idea. A little cleaner knives. Not really fully needed, but it helps. And now we try to record our Dancing with the Stars audition. Okay, that was weird. That was rather
Very
just
close.
bad knives, but that's okay. There were those nerves again. That's alright, now we dance. We chose the tango as we thought it would be a very fiery dance.
CB, do you mind if I explain how Tyrant works?
Go for it. I got
So
my
Tyrant-
hands full anyway. Trying to...
So Tyrant is actually casually this boss fight. I don't think really people like it, because it's like I feel like we all remember playing it on hardcore and being like, why is this guy not dying? Like, I'm just sitting on this lift forever. So this is a 3 stagger based fight. So with the knife you can get 3 quick staggers, which is what happened. But the fight has a hidden timer in the game that will start going after the first stagger, and it's about a 4-minute timer. Then you get the second. Once you get the second stagger, it halves the timer. Whatever time it's on, it's by half. And then the third stagger, it halves the timer again, and past that, there's no change to the timer at all. The staggers don't matter anymore. So that's how it works. And if you're not going to use a knife in a casual playthrough, I would just use either flash or a nade, which both work. So that was a pretty good run,
Alright,
CB.
and that's time. Alright. Went cleaner than, not as clean as I hoped, but cleaner than I expected.
Really clean for a marathon run. It was your first marathon as well. That's very well done. Thank you, CB, for that.
Yeah, that was smooth. I'm happy with the result. I'm glad there was no deaths. That's what I was mostly concerned on. I was concerned of how I'd play, considering I've been doing nothing but playing RE4 the past day and a half. So I was a little worried about my energy level and things like that, but got a second wind, and this run went well. Mondo gave us some great commentary, so I was able to focus on a lot of the strats. If you guys don't follow Mondo, definitely give him a follow. But yeah, that's our clear time for now, with a little bit of messes up in the sewers. But you know, thank you guys so much. I'm CBItemBox. I do a lot of Resident Evil streaming, speedrunning. Usually I'm doing RE2, but I'm doing a lot of RE4 now, so RE4 is kind of the go-to. So you could find me at twitch.tv/CBItemBox. And same thing with Fletcher. He's always there, my cat. If you guys want to see Fletcher, he's on the stream all the time. So apologize he wasn't on the camera a little bit more. Usually he's literally laying like right in front of me on the desk or on me. But of course, you know, he must have known it was a marathon as well. But yeah, Mondo, you have anything that you want to say?
I was just saying, the run was good. Thanks for having both of us.
Yeah. Really
Yeah, appreciate you running for us and getting us up to $500 total as well. Awesome. And appreciate you running for us, CB and Mondo, for the knowledge, and Fletcher for just being there. Hanging out.
Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Well, yeah, I think that'll do it for us. I'm bad at the outro stuff, and this is my first one, but thank you guys so much. I'm, again, CBItemBox. Thank you for the support. Keep giving support to this fantastic cause and fantastic marathon. A lot of great human beings, runners, and just people involved. So give them the support and enjoy Resident Evil 4, because I know everybody's playing it. Thank you guys so much, and take it easy.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you for the run. Good run. Lots of fun. We're going to switch over to intermission now. We're going to have another run coming up right after this, about 5 minutes from now, give or take. So everyone, you know what to do. Get your snacks. Do what you got to do.